John Grisham is one of those writers who I've been meaning to get around to for a while, and not just because a few of his books have been turned into movies. His name is held in high regard, and after reading Rogue Lawyer, I can definitely see why. For starters, it has Rogue in the title, and you know that's a step to success. Rogue Lawyer tells the multiple adventures of Sebastian Rudd, an unconventional lawyer who doesn't have a firm, works out of a bulletproof van, and has only one employee, his stoic paralegal/driver/bodyguard named Partner. Rudd focuses on the cases that other lawyers won't go near because of his firm's stance of justice and hatred for how corrupt his local court system has become. And if he has to cheat to see justice done, then so be it. His clients include a crime lord, a kid accused of being in a cult and molesting 2 little girls, and an elderly homeowner who shot a SWAT team member. These cases seem hopeless, and in all rights they are, but Rudd knows just what strings to pull to see everything put right. Rudd isn't some ravishing, heroic lawyer here to save the day, mind you. He's really more of an anti-hero. He does bad things for good reasons, and paired against the cheating prosecutors he faces, he can quickly gain a reader's favor. Now, despite the general distaste of scumbag lawyers, I do have a high appreciation for good guy lawyers. It's why Foggy was my favorite character from the Netflix Daredevil series. And although one could certainly describe Rudd as crooked, you get to see how and why, and you understand why he needs to bend the rules now and then. He's kind of like Wreck-It Ralph that way. Just because he's a bad guy doesn't mean he's a bad guy. A lot of this gets shown in how he interacts with those few people willing to get close to him. His ex-wife hates him, having joined a legal firm comprised of militant feminists who constantly challenges Rudd for possession of their son. They hate each other, but still meet up for drinks once a month, if only because they're both too stubborn to break tradition. Rudd also attends amateur fights, where he not only bets on matches, but is the financial manager of an up-and-coming young boxer. The boxer and his managers like Rudd, but mainly because of his money. The only person who genuinely likes Rudd is his son, who's constantly at risk just being around him. Keep in mind, the reason Rudd works out of a van is because his old office got firebombed, and the police hate him so much that they're not really willing to help. Going into the book, you would probably think that it was a standard novel, but that's not quite right. The book is actually split into multiple sections and really comes across as short stories at first, until multiple elements keep linking themselves between stories, like the boxing team, past cases, and later on, there's this lanky kidnapper who is too creepy even for Rudd to defend. It wasn't what I was expecting, and I've seen a few reviews of people complaining about it. But since the sections focused on one case at a time, they came across as episodic, almost like a season in a TV show. The style's different, but I think it should at least be given a chance. If I were to criticize anything about Grisham's writing style in this, it's that I found myself forgetting Rudd's name multiple times since it's very rarely used in the text. Call that a personal fault if you want, but it was something that kinda bothered me. But the rest of the book clipped along at a strong pace, showing us how Rudd solved his problems, and we got to see his creative solutions, which was quite refreshing for me. So much so that I now have almost an entire bookshelf dedicated to Grisham novels. Overall, I enjoyed this book very much. The pacing is great, Rudd makes for a fun character, and if you're a fan of legal dramas, some of the cases can really get your blood boiling. You should pick this one up, especially if you like reading about the little guy taking down a powerful entity like a corrupted court system and police force. Rogue Lawyer is a page-turner, well worth the read. So, have you read the book? What did you think? If not, do you want to read it now? Whatever your thoughts, comment below and stay tuned for more.